Hello, everyone. Welcome to
Hi.
a Laugh and Learn magic tool talk about car magic,
Mm-hmm.
also known as travel magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Today, I am joined by the amazing Diana, also known as Goddess Diana, also known as Wonder Woman, also known as Oil Painter. No pressure,
Thank you.
no pressure, no pressure. And we have the amazing Angela Cardamancy Mesquite joining us. Hello, Angela.
Hi.
Angela is currently in an undisclosed location,
Mm-hmm.
so don't even try. So there we go. I'm Taro Stash. And please remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Please seek professional assistance. Trust your own experience. Like, share, and subscribe. All of our channels are listed below. All three of us do private readings.
Mm-hmm.
Information on how to contact us for that is below. So there we go.
Thank you.
And I see we have some of the best chatters here.
Always.
Good to see everybody here. We appreciate you sharing this video for people who would find it beneficial. And I'm doing my, I have I have my notes on a little card. Sam, Lisa, we're not doing private readings today. We are talking about car magic and travel magic. So let's say hi to a few people, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
We have, and by the way, this is Diana's first time on my channel, and let's hope it's not the last.
Oh, it won't be as long as you like me when it's over with, right?
Well, there we go. There you go. By the way, there's something to be said. I wouldn't have had you on if I didn't like you.
Oh, there you go. Thank you
No,
so much.
there's-
Thank you for asking me and having me on this.
Yes, and Plucky is here, and Plucky Heroine is doing that thing on both channels because we are simulcasting.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, everybody, for being here. Annie Bear is here. Hi, Annie. Great to see you.
Hey.
And Michelle Krantz is here.
Hi, Michelle.
And Akila B24 is here.
Hi.
Gila.
And we have Annie Bear loves your periwinkle, likes the color I have. Michelle Marie, Astrological Tarot, is here. Hello to Michelle and to Jonathan, her husband, they're probably work lurking.
Okay.
I would say they're work lurking. So I'm hoping I'm getting everybody. And Fatima is here. Hi.
Hi.
Kat Evans is also work lurking.
Got it. Hi,
We
Kat.
support. Yeah. Oh, and Annie Bear is offering you coffee.
Okay.
Oh.
Right now.
Definitely needed.
Nice driveway.
There you go. There you go. Yes. Yes. Do you have anything to drink with you, Angela? Please tell me.
Yes. A Sonic Coke.
Okay. Okay. So we're going to be talking about car magic, travel magic. This was something that came up in a woo-woo witchery and coffee club conversation. People were curious about that. And speaking of the woo-woo witchery and coffee club, I want to say thank you to everyone who has commented on the community post about Deb, Purple Elephant, Deb H. I am passing those on to her and leaving a comment on the video. I thank you. I am sending those to her. I'm forwarding comments to her. Her attention is elsewhere. So I can tell you she really appreciates the thoughts that everybody has sent. It has meant a lot. So thank you for doing that. And I appreciate it. We will keep you in the know about any plans that we have. So we're still sort of in hover mode. So there you go. Oh, I love this. Annie Bear said, When I first began my spiritual journey, I used to overload my car's alternator. Oh my.
I resemble that remark.
I would say you do, Angela, and it would take both feet slammed on brakes to get my car to stop. Holy mackerel!
Pedal
Holy
to the metal.
yes, there you go.
Do
Okay,
they even have alternators anymore, though?
I don't know.
I have no clue anymore. I don't work on. I stopped working on them in '85.
There you go. Okay. So I appreciate everybody being here. I've got some questions to help guide our conversation. And really? Where are they? Okay. So let's ask this first one. Why might you want to add magic to your vehicle?
Oh, to be invisible to cops.
Well, primary.
Oh, okay.
That, yeah.
With my lead foot, oh yeah.
Yeah, especially that Pennsylvania Turnpike back in the days when it was 55 miles an hour.
Yes.
And everybody did 90.
Yeah, I got lucky.
And again, I do want to say for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
We're not encouraging you to speed.
No,
So,
not at all.
and Fatima said that is a cool answer.
Okay.
There's that
Thank you.
Well, I think magic to your vehicle or anytime you're traveling is if you are a spiritual being. Sometimes people pray for when they're traveling or things like that. That is exactly what we're talking about. Anything that you do.
Absolutely. I have a prayer that I channeled from Raphael 30 years ago or more. And it's been with me ever since. It's the first thing I say when I get in the car.
Nice.
And I say it all along the way because I have a hand signal that goes with it. And so I bless the drivers and the road and my car and my animals if they're with me. And, you know, when I see somebody speeding up on my rear end, the signal goes out.
Yes.
And miraculously, they put off the gas.
Yeah. I think it's magic is great, especially when you're doing it in a magical setting. I like to elevate mundane things with adding a bit of magic to them, and this is one of those things. So, get Rossi is here. Hello.
Hi, Rossi.
Hi, Rossi.
And Linda is here. Hi, Linda. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. And okay, and so I think so.
You know, there's another reason too, because we have to stay grounded. And what happens when we start driving, especially since we live so much in this area to begin with, it's real easy for me to space out on cloud. That's more than just a dragon in that cloud. Is that a cloaking device? And then I lose track of everything that's around me. You know?
That's very true. Yes, because cars oftentimes are a liminal space, and we can lose sight of being in the 3D.
Yeah.
So keeping
Absolutely.
grounded is extremely important. I agree with you.
So I rode a Harley of my own for a long, long time. I've been riding since I was 18 years old, but I've retired from that because I don't bounce back like I used to.
Okay.
And I said more rosaries on that Harley than I ever did in church, let me tell you. But there, you know, you have nothing surrounding you. So it's wide open and it's glorious and everything is coming at you, the wind, the dirt, the bugs, the exhaust, the noise, and it can be extremely mesmerizing, especially once you go, you know, up into the mountains
Yes.
Mhm.
where the greatest traffic is going to be the deer who jumps over the guy in front of you and clips his helmet. And he
Mhm.
could have gone down, and 6 bikes behind him could have gone down as well. But we didn't.
So I think what we're all saying is for some level of safety and protection is what we're
Yes.
doing. And a lot of that also applies for traveling. Anytime you travel, you're in a new place.
Mhm.
You hear stories of people having bad experiences. I actually like that idea, as you said, Angela, of being invisible or not being seen. So I think that can keep people safe.
Yeah.
Laura is here. Hello, Laura
Hey,
Hammond.
Laura.
Good to see you. So
Yeah, let me add a little to that invisibility. The invisibility to cops is to keep from being stopped. However, I limit that to cops because I want the other drivers to see me.
it's true. That's true.
So the protection goes both ways. If you limit it, then it works in both directions.
Yeah, that's a really important point. And that's why I encourage people to start off small.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Rain's Kitchen and Garden is here. Hello, Rain.
Right.
And Annie says, I do not prefer left turns.
Unless there's
she
a red
would
light.
agree with you. Yeah, unless there's a turn light. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So,
I will go out of my way to turn right to get left. Of course, Michigan does that a lot anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The Michigan left turn. You have to turn right, go around the meridian, and while traffic is up, you have it right away.
yes. So this is a great question. This is a question. It's like, what magic do you add to your vehicle?
Mhm.
And we had Michelle Marie posted, I named my vehicles after Vedic deities. Our current ride is a 2003 Honda Civic named Radha. She's been so good to us. This actually is a really wonderful thing because name your vehicles, name your ride.
You always do.
And certainly part of that is treating the communicating with it. It encourages that your car wants you to be safe, or your
Mm-hmm.
vehicle wants you to be safe. Communicate with it, appreciate it, get it washed every once in a while, clean out the crap. And I think that's very helpful. Do either of you also name your vehicles?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mine is, I have a 2010 Subaru, and her name is Subi Doo.
Love it.
I've just got a new car, so it hasn't told me its name yet.
Yeah. I'm that way too. I am like cars and pets name themselves. I just have to be open.
Mm-hmm.
So Beth is here. Hello, Beth. Good to see you. Karen Johnson is here. And and Beth said, oh dear, I named my vehicle Snazzy. Well, that's still good.
Yeah.
I like
She
that.
was a vamp, a scamp, and a bit of a tramp. She was snazzy.
You heard it here first, everybody. Oh my God. And I do clean the interior of my car with Florida water.
Yeah.
Very, very useful. And Rossi shared, I learned to drive in New York City. Currently in Florida, I've seen many craven maneuvers. Yes.
Well,
Yes. Rain shared, anytime I drive, I talk to Archangel Michael and ask him to protect me as I drive.
yep.
I think
Yes.
that's cool.
Every time.
So,
Part of the whole shebang that was
Mhm.
channeled so long ago.
Florida water is a concoction of alcohol, water, and different fragrances, oftentimes used in rituals to help cleanse. So that was a question from Annie. So there we go.
Okay.
KK is here. Hi, KK.
Hey.
Hi.
Here you go. My 2010 Dodge Journey is red, and I call her the red beast. She loves to eat up brakes. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, all right. So there is a lot of magic that you can add to your car. You can keep it as simple, or you can overcomplicate it as you wish. So yeah, Angela.
Yeah,
Yeah,
complicated too.
both of them. Zane is here. Hi, Zane. Good to see you. And Plucky said, I haven't named my relatively new car yet, but I keep it clean. I pretend it's a rental.
Oh,
Ooh, fancy,
good idea.
fancy. So KK also names their cars. Yeah. What do you let's start with some basics. What magic do you add to your cars?
Well, I surround mine with the cube of space.
Say more about that.
It's a construction of the archangels. You can Google it, but it's like you put Archangel Michael above, Gabriel below, Raphael to the right, Uriel to the left for protection, wisdom, healing, all of it.
Yes.
All of that is contained in the cube of space. And I always say, and 3 feet out from all the sides.
I will oftentimes do a bubble of white or blue light around me, my vehicle, 360. So it's similar to that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Would you like me to say the incantation that I have, that I was given before, that I say when I get into the car?
Oh, sure.
if you would like to.
Oh, sure. Because every time I say it, I'm calling it in for everyone near me. And we are on the airwaves together, and everyone in the chat is as well.
Okay. If you want to do it, go for it.
Okay. Please place me in a steady stream. Please place us in a steady stream of divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and grace. Then wrap Michael's blue bubble of protection around us that shrinks to fit as we step into the healing teal green orb of Raphael that floats and shares and spreads and transfers. The divine white light, the white light of divine guidance and grace. Bless the road in front of me. Bless the road behind me. To the left, to the right. Keep the animals safely tucked into the trees and snuggled in the shrubs below.
Wow.
And then we leave the garage.
I love that. That's really great. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
It was very beautiful. And I think those prayers are extremely important. Because anytime you pray, I believe you are adding energy to when you do something multiple times. If you pray the rosary, you do the prayers. Every time you do it, you're adding that energy to it. So adding that's really incredible. So yeah. And there's a lot of love for especially the critters. I may actually do a short of that.
Oh, please do.
Nice.
So yeah. Okay, so here's okay. One of my forms of magic is I create sigils, and I put sigils of protection in my car. If Zane's still here, we talked about sigils. Sigils are like phenomenal. I put sigils underneath all of my mats, the car mats.
Like that.
And I will also draw sigils on my car windows with just water. So they're still there. They're not necessarily visible.
Right?
Yeah.
Unless it's my rear view.
Yeah.
Because that little squirter that's supposed to shoot out window washer fluid, yeah, no, that's plugged for 4 or 5 years. And every time I take it in, I say, "Can you do something about that?" And they just go and ignore me.
Well, we have a great question from Michelle Marie. Do you have any crystals in your car? If so, which ones work for you?
Oh, I always add hematite is always in my car, and clear quartz to keep the energy up.
Sure.
Yep.
I have dendritic opals on a string that are, it is a mala that I've restrung several times because it keeps coming undone, but it has a deer antler on it because, of course, Elena of the Trogs is my guide and shows me the trail all the time, whether it's through the hill, over the dale, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always have my amethyst palm stone with me. And you can't see it in this light, but in the very center is cathedral windows. And then in front of that is Raphael with his wings standing behind him. And if I could bring it, you can't see it here, unfortunately, but it is so pronounced, you'd all notice it. So those are mainstays because this is always with me. And then whatever happens to be the day of the week. And then I carry this little tin of treasures, witchy treasures.
I like that.
Yeah. It used to be just an empty Altoid tin, but then a couple of years ago, I found this one at Michael's. Imagine that.
Wow.
So in here, I have.
I'm going to embiggen you.
Oh, okay. Embiggen me.
Go ahead.
I have black salt, which of course I've made with my own debris.
Yes.
String, black thread, heavy enough cord that it can help me, heavy enough cord that it can spell me when I need to cast a spell out there. I don't know what happened to it. I usually have a little razor blade in here as well. I think I left it on the kitchen sink because I needed it during the holidays. In here is black tourmaline. And a bay leaf for extra protection. Oh, here it is. I put it back. Good girl. Just a razor blade in case I need to cut that string or get away from me, right?
Yeah.
And a twisty tie because you never know when you might need one of those.
That's true. That's true.
So that little kit comes with me. And sometimes I'll change out or add to however long the distance is.
Yeah, that's great. A lot of great conversations in chat. Let's see. I think I already said that one.
I just saw this about 23-year-old car. My 2003 Subaru is hitting the 300,000 mile mark. And my son, my oldest son, is still driving that car in Maryland.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. He's about to get that sticker that says 300,000 miles.
Yeah. Beth said, I drew a sigil on my yoga mat. Didn't think of my car mats. I will actually put them under, I'll put them under on something like this. I'll put them there. And that works out very well. Rain said, I do that in the winter, Gerald, before I brush off the snow on the car. That's a good idea.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
I like that.
And Peter, Jay Watts is here. Hi, Peter. And Peter said that it works until the window gets foggy and then it'll show up. Yes, that's true. That's true. So, and so I also think that looking at Tiger's Eye is good for grounding and for courage. Clear quartz is always helpful, as well as depending upon what you've got going on in the car. Like if you're traveling with people, you could put in some stones that will calm them the F down. It's like,
Mhm.
relax, people. So, but we'll talk a little bit more about that. And Twisted Sushi is here. Hi, Twisted Sushi. Black tourmaline 4 in the car, 100%. Yep, yep. So, and we go to YouTube for car repairs, saved money. Here's a video on how to unclog your window washers.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
okay.
Thank you.
So
I
That's
never
new
thought
one.
about checking there for that. I do check when I have to take it in, so that when I take it in, even though I'm taking it to the dealership, I want to know what it is they're going to be looking for and how to repair it. So I know if I'm getting hoodwinked or not.
yes. And Plucky said, I don't leave crystals in my car, but I usually have a small zipper bag of crystals in my purse or gems, minerals I wear. I do that too.
That works.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The wonderful chatters are here. And Cheryl was also saying that their car is 23. So that's good. That's good. And Rose Blue said, I have Tasmanian devil floor mats for my
Oh, I
truck.
love it.
Said I was like a twister at times in my hyperactivity.
I love that.
Yeah, a lot of love for the black tourmaline. Black tourmaline came up in multiple things that I was looking
Sure.
at. So what else do you do?
What else do I do?
Well, yeah. What else might you do?
Well, as I said, if there's somebody pulling up behind me and they're speeding, I just rely on the sigil rather than going through the whole prayer again. But I ask to bless the driver. Please bless the driver behind me or in front of me, or somebody swerving and or texting and not paying attention and coming over the line, or the guy who is doing, and this happens around here quite frequently because everybody's Parnelli Jones here. They're going 100 miles an hour and flipping me the bird. And I'm like, well, now, wait a minute. You're not supposed to be going that fast. And that makes me want to step on the brakes, but I'm already in a different lane. What's the problem?
There you go. Are you a driver with an attitude?
Oh, I can be. I'm a Detroiter by nature, so, born, bred, and raised in the car capital. So
there you go. Oh my gosh. Any bear likes hematite. So, all right. Any other thoughts about magic for your vehicles?
Well, I don't know that if this would apply as magic, but I have my old badge, and I'll flip it up when somebody's.
Oh, I got my uncle's fire department police badge and another one from the fire department. I should carry them in the car. I never thought.
Works. Road ragers. Oh, it calms them right down.
I'm copying. I'm going to copy that one. I love it. Love it.
I'm just going to put this right here. So Claudia is here. Nalani is here. So, and so yeah. So what other magic might one consider adding to your car? And then Diana has given me some pictures of things to show.
Okay, I'll hold off.
One of the things that I do is yes, I have charms in my car.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't always look like charms. Mm-hmm. They are charged with the intent of things.
Mm-hmm.
I am oftentimes picking up gifts from nature.
Mm-hmm.
I am a person who practice safety. I personally don't like stuff hanging from my rearview mirror because I don't want it to get in my way. That's me. I also, if something's on my dashboard, I usually have that sticky stuff to keep it from moving when I turn.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Because, here you go. Safe travel rune, Rado. Oh, cool.
Mhm.
I probably mispronounced that. That's a good idea. So, um, and so those car, everybody, I don't know about you, but I always, I get a new car. I'm looking, what kind of bling do you want?
Mhm.
What kind of
I
bling?
do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, Angela, you recently got a new car. Do you have new bling for it yet?
I added the little round mirrors on each of the side view mirrors. I've added new floor mats. I do just little gifts to the car, kind of a welcome thing.
Yeah.
And I add a St. Christopher medal and do the prayer for that.
Uh huh.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
In mine
and
too.
mhm.
It's a great
And
idea.
another thing I do is every time I get into the car, I tell my guys make it safe and swift, and I leave reservations for parking spaces at restaurants, gas stations.
Oh, yeah.
Jumper cable, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Blankets.
Yeah. And by the way,
Mhm.
Book is here.
Hey,
S-
book.
and there is, if you get a new car or a new to you car, saging it and cleansing it is a great idea.
Oh yeah.
Burning sage, doing your smudging, your Florida water, whatever works for you is wonderful.
Mhm.
I think it's a great, great idea. Great idea. Annie Bear said, a family member drives big buses for a living. What stone might she carry in his? What stone might he carry in his pocket? I was thinking selenite or rose quartz.
Rose quartz for him for sure. Selenite as well. But for warding off rhetoric on the road, quartz itself can do the job.
Especially if you set the intention of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if it's something that would have to move with him, because I'm assuming it's not his own vehicle, that he gets assigned to a bus and drives it, right? So it doesn't have to be so big that it would be hard for him to just grab it and leave.
Mhm.
I would also, I put black salt in my car, and I do
Mhm.
bay leaves in my car. Black salt definitely for protection.
Mhm.
So, tiger's eye is always
Mhm.
good for courage. So, but yeah. Oh yeah, Cheryl hadn't heard of Florida water in ages. So, um, we have a question: clear quartz or rose, or does that matter?
Clear quartz is multi-purposeful.
Yeah.
Rose definitely keeps things calmer,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but the intention is also how it's programmed.
Yes. Yeah. We have a smoky quartz, argonite.
Yeah.
We have black tourmaline.
Mhm.
I've got them on my fingers, aragonite.
Kat Evans said St. Christopher medal, a compass, and a wing charm to represent a guardian angel hanging from my rearview mirror. I love the idea of a compass, especially charged with not losing direction. You
Mhm.
could
Like
draw a compass on a
Yes.
piece of paper and hide it too. So,
Yes.
but yeah, that's so cool. Okay. Okay. I do think I love the idea of cleansing your car regularly, especially if you've been on if you're going on a trip. Pack the car, get everything ready, all of the safety stuff, because we have wonderful suggestions like blankets, water, emergency food, those sorts of things are very important. And Diana, you have some of that in your vehicle for when
Yeah.
you might need it. Refresh those regularly.
Mhm.
As well as checking your spare tire, making sure that your spare tire is there and everything like that. So, I think it's one of those things that when you do that, especially if you're, do it regularly, but if you're going on a trip and you're taking people with you, do it before and then do it when you come back, because that way you can cleanse the car of anything, any drudgery or anything like that may decide to try to hitch your ride. You don't want any spiritual hitchhikers.
That's beautiful. I like that one.
Yeah, me too.
That's something that I learned recently. That's like, let's get rid of the hanger-ons. Alice here, Illumination Portal, and books shared, Witch's Broom, in case you need a quick getaway.
One of them in there too.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. It's a little one, but it's there just the same.
Yeah.
And feathers, you can always sweep with a feather.
Absolutely. Are you ready for us to share some of the overlays,
Sure.
Diana? These are from Diana. You'll hear us, but you won't see us. So what's this, Diana?
Okay, so here are my 3 dragons. This also represents my 3G circus. Groucho is my Amazon blue cap parrot. She's green. Gloria, well, the purple, of course, is Gloria. She's a cockapoo. And the orange is my little 10 pounds of holy shit dog, Grizzly. Because he barks at everything, and you know how little dogs are. They grab your ankle, and I'm not kidding. That's what he likes to do. But in what you see is a crow feather and a swan feather and a mourning dove, rocks that I pick up along the way. And then the 2 little guys, one represents Nostradamus, so I may follow the stars, and the other represents Merlin, so that I remember the magic that goes with the stars.
Oh, I love it. Are you ready for it? Go ahead.
Well, and because I have this concept of time, right, of my own, I wedge those rocks in there that hold everything in place. Now, Gerald, I love your suggestion about putting some blue tacky on there, but I also measure my equilibrium by the way I turn a corner, by the way I react to others.
Oh, okay.
And if I make that move, that's my fault. Because I've got it wedged in there so good that it usually doesn't. Now, one of the little guys might fall down, but they don't count because they are.
Well, yeah. I remember when I was learning to drive before many people who were watching this were born.
Yeah.
The driver ed instructor put on the dashboard something, and if we turned a corner and it moved, we were not turning appropriately.
That's right. Oh, we went to different schools together. See?
Yes.
Michelle Marie, a different school.
Yeah, I was just like going, you're trying to get up on 2 wheels, right, Angela?
Oh yeah, I love 2-wheel turns. They're quick.
They are. Yes, they're quick. They do cause your heart to race. Yes. Yeah. Michelle Marie said over 40% of our neighborhood is Indian. We spot Ganesha on many car dashboards. He's the remover of obstacles, so it makes me happy to know he's keeping us all safe. I love that.
Yeah.
And Val did say they're hanger-on everywhere.
Yes.
And Beth keeps a feather in the door of my car. And these are usually just things that have shown up. So.
Well, and exactly like the ones on the dashboard. Yes, this one as well. And this one has a little treasure story to go with it because a friend of mine had passed away, and her brother was wearing her hat, and her hat had all these feathers in it. Well, I have a lot of feathers, and I gave him a ride in my car, and I said, I think this one fell out of your hat because I didn't have a turkey feather with me. He said, no, it didn't. I said, yes, it did. He said, no, it's yours now. So I got from Jane a gift via her brother.
Very nice. Michelle Williams keeps sage in their car because of the Elks Lodge, and that's good. Rose Blue was taught how to change a tire, check your fluids, spark plugs, etc. Yes, that's great. And books that I've been using: Bay Leaves for Intentions for the New Year, writing on them, burning and letting the ashes go free outside. That's great.
Awesome.
Real
Awesome.
nice.
Yes. And don't forget, you can write on them and put them in your car. You can, I would encourage you to do that.
Make black salt. If you do burn them, use the ash for your black salt.
Yes. Okay. So next picture we have.
Okay. So on my dashboard, I do dangle from my mirror, and some of the things you cannot see, but first off, I collect the poppy feathers at Memorial Day, having been a biker, having my father was in World War II, etc. My first boyfriend was lost in Vietnam on his first mission. And so I certainly always remember them, but the poppy also represents staying calm, because what does the poppy seed create? So there is that. I have an owl feather dangling there, another crow feather, some Native American things, a crucifix. I also have a garnet Sacred Heart rosary. I am a Catholic, or I was a Catholic. I'm recovering in so many ways, but there are so many great traditions. Now that one stays on the mirror. I have a quartz crystal regular rosary that I carry with me, that when it's rosary time, I use that while I'm traveling. Also, you'll see in that boot there is a little statue of St. Joseph. He's my go-to guy. And because I walk in the woods a lot, the next picture you'll see my walking stick with prayer ties on them. That stick used to be much longer, like taller than me, but over the years it has broken down. So now it's one of my magic wands. And I collect sticks as I'm along the way because they become magic wands. They're easier to hang onto when I'm driving than the bigger one. Right now I have Buddha riding with me in the car, keeping the car safe. But also I walk in the woods where there is this one gentleman who builds the most fantastic cairns. And so for photo ops, I'll stick him in my pocket and then go take a picture by the cairn. That leaf that is all curled up now, when the leaves had just started to fall in September, that one blew into my open car window, and it stayed, and it's a sycamore leaf, right? So it's very large. And it stayed on the dashboard no matter how well rolled down the windows were and how windy it was. It didn't move. It didn't go anywhere. So that's where it stayed. Eventually, it began to curl up. Well, on my journeys through the woods, I found the remnants of a rabbit that had been gotten by a coyote, and there is fur inside of that curled up leaf that came from the rabbit. So that's all part of what I might use for a photo op, and certainly while it's just in the car, it is more of a protection tool.
I love that. Okay, so I mean, the best chatters are, of course, bringing it, and so one of the things that Rain had shared, staying calm, Diana. I have a bottle of lavender essential oil in my purse. If I feel tense, I will give it a little sniff now and then. I'm a nervous driver. People can be scary behind the wheel. They can. I also have, I have written down, essential oils are a wonderful thing. You can get things to put on, to drop your essential oils on so that they disperse. You can put those in the bottom of your cup holders. I think essential oils, the lavender is a really good idea, especially if you have people who are traveling with you. And, I was a perfect child. I still am a perfect child. And I never argued when I was in the car. No one ever threatened to pull the car over and throw me out because of my behavior. And I was never touching my siblings in the car. Never.
The 12 of you fit in the car?
Well, 9 of us did.
Okay. Oh,
So,
yeah, station.
but the essential oils are a really good idea.
Yeah.
I think a really wonderful idea. So you do have to pay attention to, some people are sensitive to them. So,
And I
um,
carry this little tin of, it's kind of like Tiger Balm, if you remember what that is, but it doesn't have any menthol in it.
yeah.
And it has a little datura, but it also has lavender and other calming things that I would just put on my third eye and my temples.
Mhm.
Hey, Alice.
And by the way, you're doing this when you are stopped
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
fully stopped. You're not
Yeah.
driving while you are doing this.
Absolutely.
So, okay, let's show another picture. There you go, Diana.
Okay, so I moved to Virginia in 1988 from Detroit. And I had to come back. My kids were little, and we did a lot of traveling up here to see grandma and the rest of the family and the cousins, because we're down in Virginia by ourselves. So the photo on the left is a medicine bag that I made, and it has followed me through every vehicle I've owned since I moved to Virginia. And I started out with a Cutlass Sierra. Then I had a 93 conversion van, Ford conversion van. That was awesome because you could really play spaceship in there, especially when my kids were young. And then, it had the TV and the whole 9 yards. And then after that, I got it was a little Chevy, the Cavalier. I had a great Cavalier, a 5-speed. It was like driving a baby Corvette because it was a Z24 instead of a Z28.
Yeah.
And then I got the Subaru, the 2003 Subaru, which was gifted to me, I might add. And then I graduated into this 2010 that I purchased in 2017. Now, I have to tell you this because the beauty of it is the license plate that the dealership doled out to me, the letters were added up to be 20. It was an XVV, and the numbers added up to be 17. And the year I got it was 2017.
Oh, I love that.
you know,
That's perfect.
did you know I like numbers?
I love that.
That
I
was
love
kismet. Now those bottles, thieves, is especially because of now. That's Seven Thieves. That's all the things from, who did I get that from? Young Living, I guess. Give them a plug. And just because where I'm going or where I've come from, I want to clear my throat. But that little bottle, Gerald, like what you were talking about with little things that you can put essential oils on. So in this bottle, I keep orange essential oil, but the top is designed so all you have to do is turn it over. And it is a wood that absorbs it quickly. And then you flip it back and you've refreshened the car as well as
nice.
the ability to
Wow.
freshen itself over and over. So all you have to do is fill the bottle every once in a while. And in fact, the bottle I fill it with is that eyedropper that's in the cup holder there.
I love
And
it.
always coin so that I have the ability to take care of whatever needs to be taken care of along the road, from
Yes.
getting a cup of coffee to stay awake to just making sure I can pay for, the phone call or whatever, the help.
Yeah. Definitely. Those are great. Mousy has come in,
Hey, Mousy.
and I did put Diana's
Thank
YouTube page in the chat. Diana has yet to make videos of their own, but they will maybe sometime soon. So
People keep telling me I should do this. Just saying. I'm
Yeah.
working.
Dogs and cats are sensitive to lavender, so you have to be cautious. And Don't go near the plants. The scent is okay. So, but know what's going on with that. Do practice safe. Please practice safe spell casting and magic.
Yes.
So
Yes.
keep
I
your
own
head
it.
and your arms inside the magic at all times.
Right? Do
Yep.
ye know? Follow ye the
Yes.
rule of three.
Yes. Diana,
Oh,
teach
I
how to
will.
make a
So
medicine bag.
I
There's
can
some
do.
video right there. So, oh, and we have eucalyptus. So,
Yes.
way.
Another thing that's tough for animals is eucalyptus. But if you're not carrying your dogs around all the time,
And by the way, Michelle Marie is your 51st subscriber.
Michelle, thank you.
Yes, please do. Please do. Yes, do no harm. Do harm to none. Yes, no harm to none. So, all right, we've got a couple of more pictures,
Yes.
and then because I want to try to keep everything on track. So there you go. What do we got there?
So on the left is 6-piece. This is my brother's. Once was a band, but really it's his handle. He builds and repairs guitars. Of course, they are still playing rock and roll. One of my brothers is in the Michigan Hall of Fame guitarists, lead guitar. So we come from a long. In fact, I went to grade school with a guy by the name of Vince Fournier, and he grew up to be known as Alice Cooper. And we went to Our Lady Gate of Heaven together. So just saying. And then that's my prayer stick. And when I'm able, I take it with me in the woods and I use it for chants. And if I'm just going to sit and meditate, of course, the dogs are with me. They always go with me, but they get lashed around the trunk of a tree. And then I do my thing with the stick.
Okay. Let's show the last two pictures.
Okay. So in that green container on the left, of course, is sunblock. I have systemic lupus. You never know when you need it, but I need it all year long. And sometimes you just need to reapply. I also carry cleaner for my glasses in there, the dog's leashes, tissue. I have milkweed seed because I replenish that all over. So I collect pods, keep that going.
Nice.
I have some garden gloves there. And then I carry snippers because you never know when you got to work your way out of something or you have found the branch you've been looking for and you need to take it home with permission from the tree or the ground.
Yes. Yes.
And then of course, that black tag is the black ribbon is for Bring 'em Home Alive, MIA. And when Ernesto lost his life, my understanding was they couldn't find him for 3 days afterwards. So they didn't know exactly where he was. But I'm of that generation where we were the first generation to be able to watch the war on television. And it really made an impact on our lives. And we lost a lot of 17-year-old boys, 18-year-old.
Yes. So, okay. Thank you for those photos.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I think this is one of those things that when people see what it looks like in action, it really, really helps.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So
it can be tidy and organized. Like there's a roll of paper towel in there and blankets and a bigger box for me to when you go grocery shopping. Because I keep the seat down because of the dogs and because I like to haul stuff and it's big most of the time. I have a box in there so the groceries don't go flying all over the place.
Of course.
Yeah.
And Twisted Sushi brings up, unfortunately, pregnant women cannot use a lot of certain oils because it can induce contractions, and that might come in handy later, though, of course.
Of course.
And I think this is one of those things. We always, I mean, this is something that Deb brings up all of the time, and I'm going to say this since Deb's not with us here on screen, is do what is safe. Do your research. Don't do anything stupid.
Magic word.
Don't put yourself at risk. Don't put anyone else at risk. Use your brain.
Exactly. My word of the year, evaluation. Before you do it, evaluate what you've got.
Yes.
I like that.
Rain also has poop bags.
Always.
Angela, what is definitely in your car for magic?
Definitely in my car.
Yeah. What do you have with you?
What I have with me is hematite, quartz, bay leaves. I'm trying to think of it all. It's all over the place. I have a eagle, a little eagle charm.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Because they tend to follow me around.
Yeah.
So I ask them to watch out for me.
That's beautiful. Well, see, and I actually think that brings up an interesting thing. While you are driving responsibly and thinking responsibly, and there are things that you can do because traveling is oftentimes in a liminal space.
Mm-hmm.
So we're traveling. So like when you're on a plane, you can do some magic work while you're flying. And a lot of times in some of my postgraduate work, a lot of times in therapy, parents can listen to their children because children will talk when they're in the car because first of all, you're not staring at them if you're the driver.
Right.
And I think it's one of those things. I guess that idea of is while you're noticing and you're at a stop sign or at a stoplight, you can notice the environment around you, birds, clouds, landscapes, billboards. So I think that's a big deal.
And I'm in an area where I'm an hour away from anything, from Ann Arbor or Detroit or, kind of by design, put myself in the country. But there's a stretch of the highway where I seem to get on it and I'm the only car. And I love when that happens because that gives me that little bit of opportunity to pretend I'm on a motorcycle again, and just kind of space out and enjoy it and know that I have to follow my nose where I go. What I look at is where I'm going. So stay conscious. However, it's all there. Take it in. Yeah.
Yeah. And Beth shared, I saw my dad only on Saturday afternoons for years. We would drive around and talk the entire time. I really got to know him. That's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I am, I don't know about you, but, I used to do road trips. And so somebody would make a playlist. And so that Annie Bear was talking about singing. Music or that music-omancy, that what's the random song that's played?
Yes.
Because kids these days still don't burn CDs, but I used to create a CD of all of the magical types of songs, and then I'd put it in and I'd hit random.
Okay, in the 60s, early 60s, mid 60s, they had. And some of my hot rod friends had this. There is a dashboard 45 player. It hung upside down in the dashboard, and you played your 45s. So if you didn't like what WABX was, ABX wasn't around, who would have been? Keener Radio was playing. You would stick that. Oh my gosh, we had a ball. The hardest thing was going over a bump. Or railroad tracks, right?
Oh, yes.
And then there was the 8-track, so that improved things. And then the first time I saw the Colorado Rockies, I was listening to the Yes album. And it was that song, boom, boom. And I can't tell you what we were doing for every new county we hit along the road. But it was quite a moment when everybody was like, okay, we got to pull over now.
Yeah. Val shared, I add pink plasma cloud and or golden sparkly bubbles of love and peace on my car, other cars as well as the roads, and I call in dragons, all of safety. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Cheryl said my dad had one of those, Diana, the 8-track as well.
There you go. Thank you, Cheryl.
I think that's great. Because we're just over an hour. I want to let's quickly. How often do you refresh your magic?
Every time I get in the car.
Okay.
Right, because prayer is cleansing, fresh protection.
Yep. Yeah, I refresh it. When I'm doing a trip. And like usually at the beginning of the week, when I was driving to work, I would do that. So okay. And okay, because we're at an hour, I just want to open it up for the three of us to be able to share any last minute thoughts about car magic or travel magic. Val says, yes, every time I get in the car. Rain says, I refresh every time I have to drive, but I usually only leave the house 1 or 2 times a month.
Okay.
So, but Annie Bear is taking a nap. You're welcome, Annie Bear. Thank you. Any last minute thoughts, Angela?
Yes. One thing I do living here in Texas, and if you live in Pennsylvania, it's the same. Once a month, air up your tires because all those potholes knock the air out of them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much magic as practical magic,
Right. Practicality. And my car lets me know when it's time, so I got that covered. For me, it's remember, I feel most comfortable in a higher source. Mm-hmm. And don't slip into the road the way the other drivers are going through the road or going down the road or behaving on the road. Mm-hmm. Because it's easy to just, and then I say a mea culpa and apologize to the driver who's long gone.
Yeah. One of the things that I forgot to mention is I always have paper and pencil so that if I need to write a spell or if I get an idea, I can do that. I also have put eggshells underneath my floor mats because eggshells are very good for protection.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Idea.
So think about that. And also don't forget about charms on your keys, a key ring charm, so that one of my coven mates in 2022 created for each of us members a keychain so that we do not lose our keys.
I love that.
Nice.
And that has some knot magic to it as well as some other stuff. Cool. So it's really cool. So, here you go. I knew I liked Beth. I play Stevie Nicks pretty much all the time in the car. That's pretty magical. Well, it is Stevie Nicks, of course.
Of course.
So okay. Does anybody wash their keys? I don't. I haven't thought about it. I never thought to do that. So
I don't because I've never thought of it, but just in thinking of it right now, it is metal on metal. So it is doing that on its own as we're slipping it in and out.
Yeah.
True.
This has been amazing. Thank you. I think I have most of my notes. Mint is always good too. It is mint for a successful trip.
And the sweet orange is, the dogs are okay with the sweet orange, and that's why I stick with that. Invigorating and calming at the same time. Like, I like that. Yeah. I really love that. Fred and Prudence.
I love that. Val said,
Renee Muggsy.
my keys are with my crystals. And Plucky said, I have an evil eye on my keychain.
Like that.
That worked. All right, let's just finish up. Twisted Sushi has asked, may I send you, Angela, an email about Deb and sending her a package?
Sure.
And yes, I'm going to be talking with Deb and Angela about people who are wanting to send some things.
Yeah.
We're figuring out how to do that and how to do that safely.
Yes.
So so expect to hear some details. And you have Angela's email, I'm thinking, Twisted Sushi. And if not, it's in the description.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. So everybody, this has been Angela Cardamancy Mesquite, Diana, oil painter, also known as Diana, also known as Diana the Goddess, or Goddess Diana, also known as Wonder Woman. Aerostash. All three of us do readings for everybody. So if you want to contact us, please do. And okay, people got good ideas. Please give us a thumbs up. So that's been very helpful. And maybe Diana will come back, and maybe Diana will be making a video on her channel about how to make a magical pouch.
Oh, hey.
That would be nice.
Do that.
Wouldn't that be a good idea? So, all right. Thank you very much, everybody. I do appreciate it. My guests were, of course, wonderful, weren't they?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, when you have such inspiration from such a wonderful host.
Well, and trust me, 80% of the time you're watching one of my videos, you're not actually watching, you're listening because you're in your car.
Exactly.
Really. So it's like oh my God, we've this is hilarious. So
It's uncanny, isn't it? I mean, and I have random times, except during the summer. I leave early in the morning to hike the dogs before the heat of the day. But during the winter, it's random. It's like, when is the warmest moment? Because the little guy, Grizzly, can only take so much. If he gets a mile in, lucky.
Do like and subscribe to all of our channels. That way you can find out what's going on. And I want to say thank you very much for being here. And we will see you all later. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.